Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. It is nice and cool in my office this week, and if you've been paying attention, I've been kind of complaining about the heat just a little bit, but it's cooled off a little bit after our heat wave. It's still up in the 80s, but it's very comfortable here in City Hall today. So we got a lot to talk about, and this is the Yankee Homecoming edition of the Mayor's Corner. And Yankee Homecoming is one of my favorite weeks in the year. It starts this week, later this week, so we're going to get to that in a second. But first, I want to say Riverfest just happened this past weekend. It was the first time back after a few years. As you know, I think this was the 20th annual 92.5 The River Riverfest here in Newburyport, which is a waterfront music festival. So they were here for a number of years. It was a great event. About 2017, Bare Naked Ladies was here. It was just a massive event, probably one of the largest crowds ever to come into downtown Newburyport. Then it went away for a few years. It went to Gloucester, and then the pandemic. So we've had a few years when it hasn't been back in Newburyport. So this was the first year that we brought it back, and I just want to give a huge shout out to all my department heads, public safety, fire, police, harbor master. We had DPS, we had health, we had parking, we had trash. Everyone came together in the city to work with the radio station and put on a great event. Unfortunately, it was incredibly hot that day, so I don't know if we got the numbers that we thought, but everyone that came had a blast, and after just debriefing with the radio station a little bit, they just couldn't say enough good things about Newburyport and the way we handled it. So again, kudos to my department heads, and I hope everyone had a great time. I have a couple of special birthday announcements. I haven't done these in a while, but I had two people come across my desk this week that I was like, oh my God, I am going to mention you during the Mayor's Corner. So first is Pete Pollard. Pete Pollard is turning 64 on Friday. A lot of you guys might know Pete Pollard. He used to be a athletic trainer up the high school when I was a kid. When my dad was coaching, he was an EMT. He was the town crier once for the Yankee Homecoming, and a lot of people know him as the unofficial mayor of Pleasant and State Street. He was often seen in the summer perched on the corner of Pleasant and State Street waving to all the people going by. So I hope I'm going to see him on Friday to wish him a special happy birthday. But Pete, in case I don't see you, and I know you watch the Mayor's Corner every week, happy birthday. The second birthday wish is for legendary NHS football coach Jim Stalin, who is turning 90 years old. Many of you know Jim Stalin. He had an impact on generations of kids and athletes here in Newburyport. The stadium, the field up at the stadium at the high school bears his name. So Coach Jim Stalin, happy 90th birthday, and I hope you have a great week. Another thing that's coming up, and it's funny, we're not quite into August yet, but wow, this summer has been flying by. So that just means school is right around the corner, right? So I wanted to highlight, every year the Pettingale House does the Operation Backpack, right? And so they ask the community for backpacks and filling those backpacks with a number of school supplies. So we'll put the link up there for you. We have a nice graphic that shows you what they're looking for. But City Hall is going to be one of the drop-off locations for Operation Backpack. And we're going to start collecting those backpacks on August 1st. And we're going to do that until August 17th. So it's kind of like a little over 2-week window here that we can collect these backpacks for kids in need here in the greater Newburyport area. So Operation Backpack, check out the graphic, and let's get those backpacks filled up for the kids in this area. Speaking of schools as well, we're having some of you might not know, but the school committee, like the city council, meets twice a month, but they do not meet in the month of July. So we've had a bit of a break from school committee, but tonight actually we're having our school committee retreat, and it's about a 5-hour retreat, 4 to 9. At the middle school, I believe. So we come together, we talk about the year coming up. There'll be some professional development for the school committee, and we'll kind of work through what kind of goals we're looking for the upcoming school year. But it's a great opportunity for the school committee members to come together with school leadership and kind of talk about the upcoming school year and what's in store, what's coming down the road for our schools. So I'm really excited about that. We're still moving forward with the Parks Reorganization Plan. This will be submitted to the next council packet, so the next council meeting. So the plan will be in that packet, and that will answer all the questions that you might have. There hasn't been a lot of great information out there through different medias, but this will answer all your questions about what the Parks Organization is going to look like. As I've mentioned before, the day-to-day operations of the parks has not changed. We still have a small but very capable crew working on our parks, led by Parks Foreman Mike Hennessy. So none of those roles change there. Again, this is just going to move under DPS, and then that group of parks is going to now report up to DPS as their own division. So all that information will be out in a few weeks. But I just wanted to mention that this was a team effort putting together this, working on this reorganization plan. So this was DPS, Parks, the Mayor's Office, working with our lawyers at KP Law. We've all been working together now for almost a couple months on what this reorganization would look like, and we're excited to get this plan out to the public, and particularly the City Council. In the meantime, if you have any questions at all about parks, or if you have inquiries, you're looking to host a birthday party or event in a park, all those questions and inquiries are coming through the Mayor's Office right now. So please go onto the city website, cityofnewburyport.com, and look up the Mayor's website, and then Mayor's page, and then you'll get your contact information that way. But we're handling all parks requests right now. Finally, my office hours of this week, as you know, at the last Thursday and Friday, back-to-back every month, I do my Big Block of Cheese Day. So that is this Thursday and Friday this month. So from 6 to 7 on Thursday, and then from 8 to 10 in the morning on Friday this week are my office hours. So please come in. You can talk about anything you want. You can have your 2 minutes with the mayor. And again, these have been very popular so far, and they've been really a great opportunity to kind of hear directly from residents. So if you can, make it. I'd love to hear from you, okay? Now let's get to the big part of this Mayor's Corner, the Yankee Homecoming Edition. Now, if anyone that knows me, right, in the city, knows I grew up here, I'm a fifth-generation Newburyporter, I am a huge Yankee Homecoming fan. We grew up, I had parents who were teachers, parents that worked. So this was a week in the summer that there was activities all going on all over Newburyport that we could do, and most of them are for free. Right, so this was for parents that had 3 kids at home, this was an awesome opportunity to have things to do with them each and every day. All right, again, this was a long time ago. I'm not quite a kid anymore, but for my 3 kids now, these are just a week that we look forward to all year. So I kind of wanted to just go through some of the highlights for me. Again, any kind of information you're looking on about Yankee Homecoming, you can go to their website, and it's just yankeehomecoming.com. Find out all the information, the schedule, who's involved. They are still probably looking for volunteers. You can reach out that way. But it really is a great week. So it kind of unofficially starts this week with the Greek Food Festival. Now that's on Harris Street at the Greek Orthodox Church, okay? That starts Friday and goes to Sunday. The food is incredible. Typically, my family goes there all 3 days. So if you can check it out, please check out the Greek Food Festival. So I always call that the unofficial start to Yankee Homecoming. Also, when you talk about Yankee Homecoming, first of all, you got to talk about the music, right? So there's a main event every night starting on Sunday, right? Sunday through to Saturday, there's a main event on the waterfront every night. But there's also music all day on the waterfront, on Market Square, on In Street. So there's many locations that you can see a lot of local artists. But again, it's hard to go anywhere downtown during Yankee Homecoming and not hear the live music, which is just really great. You also are going to see some sidewalk sales. Those don't happen until later in the week on Thursday, but sidewalk sales happen downtown as well. That's always a great part of Yankee Homecoming. Hyman's Pennyworth up at Port Plaza has their tent sale. That happens earlier in the week. I think it starts on Wednesday. So again, get out. There's a lot of great deals out there, and it really helps out our businesses during these sidewalk sales. So I wanted to highlight those real quick. So we talked about the Greek Food Festival. So this coming Saturday on July 30th, the Beer Fest happens. That starts off Yankee Homecoming, all right? Now that's going to take place on Cashman. They've moved it away from downtown. Last year was the first year, but now it's going to take place at Cashman Park, which is a great location for it. Lots of vendors coming in with a lot of different brews from around the area. So check out that. There'll be some entertainment. I think Steel Fingers, which is a local band, Bugsy, I'm coming for you, is playing there as well, so that should be great. And also that night on the waterfront is the high school battle of the bands, all right? So that's Saturday. Sunday, old-fashioned Sunday, always a treat on Bartlett Mall. We do the opening ceremonies around 11 o'clock for all of Yankee Homecoming, but a lot of great things up there. There's the art show up at Bartlett Mall. There's the antique cars. There's pony rides. A lot of activities geared towards kids, which is great, and I think there might be even some wrestling going on. They've done that in the past. So Old Fashioned Sunday is always a great take, and that is on Sunday. Monday, we have the restaurant server race that takes place on Liberty Street. That's in the afternoon, starts around 4 o'clock. So all the area restaurants have servers that enter the race, and they have to go through an obstacle course. And I get to be one of the judges, so I'm psyched about that. And again, as many of you know, I worked in many of the restaurants in town, so it'll be great to see them represented at this event. Tuesdays are a big day because we have a veterans lunch at the Hope Church. So my family and I are going to take part in that, which is going to be great. It honors all veterans from not only Newburyport but all over the area. So they're expecting a big crowd for that. Don Jarvis runs that event with Kevin Hunt of our Veteran Services, so I'm looking forward to be a part of that. And then we have the 10-miler and the 5K road race that night. That's put on by the Lions Club each and every year. People come from all over to run this race because it really is a beautiful course. I have not run the 10-miler in probably about 10 years, but I have run the 10-mile before. It's a great race, and typically my family and I will take part in the 5K. So hopefully it's not too hot a night, but that is a great, great race. And keep an eye out for some road closures around that as well, okay, during that race. That starts at 6 p.m. All right, Wednesday, Exchange Club does the Kids Day in the Park. So this is really geared towards I would say younger kids. But this is at Atkinson Common. It was always one of my favorite days. I'll be there helping out, cooking, whatever I can do to help. But there's a lot of events going on. Usually they have a doll carriage parade that they announce some winners to that you can dress up and bring your carriage there. But there's a lot of, again, it's a very kid-focused event, obviously, Kids Day in the Park. So please go check that out. Thursday is the Lions Club bed race. Happens on Federal Street. This is one of my favorite events of the year. We just got Federal Street all ready today. We gave it a little haircut and we patched all the holes. So we're ready to go. So check out the bed race. And also at the end of the bed race at the Tannery, the Rotary Club does a kind of a beer and a hot dog fundraiser there as well. Saturday is Family Day. It used to be at Maudsley. Now it's going to be at the middle school. That happens during the day. I think it's like 10 to 2 at Family Day at the Knock. But again, a lot of family-focused activities. So it should be a fun day for everybody. And finally, that night is the fireworks. And we should have a wonderful 15 to 20-minute display. It never disappoints. Everyone has their favorite spots that they go and watch the fireworks in town. I typically go to the park lunch. You know, my mom used to waitress there when I was a kid, and we used to pull the truck up, and we'd sit in the back of the truck and watch the fireworks. So I still do that with my kids. It's a great spot to watch them, but there's so many spots around town. It's a really great place. And finally, on August 7th, the Yankee Homecoming comes to an end. They have the Winners Club Running Club High Street Mile that happens during the morning, 9 o'clock. Really one of the coolest races of the year. It starts at 3 Roads, finishes at the high school, and you'll see some really world-class runners. We've had a sub 4-minute mile there before too, which is just crazy. But we love taking part in that and then sitting on the wall and watching the elite runners come across. So we have the 1 mile race first, and then the parade, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. I never missed a parade watching it, but now I take part in it because I'm mayor. So that's cool, but I mean, I do miss getting a chance to watch the parade. But I will be walking with some of the city councilors. We'll be passing out candy. I've got these little footballs, so if you like to catch footballs, be ready, because I'll be throwing them out to the crowd. But really, we're hoping just for a really fun week, a safe week, and we're hoping for some really great weather. So again, check out yankeehomecoming.com. We've got lots of things going on, but it is going to be a fabulous week to be in Newburyport because there is so much going on. And I didn't even get to everything, right? So check out the schedule. There's more things on there. And again, if you want to volunteer your time this week, they're still looking for volunteers. You can do that as well. But you know, we've got a great team together. They work very closely, the Yankee Homecoming Committee, and they work well with the city and our department heads to make sure we have a really flawless week, a lot of communication. And again, I want to thank everyone involved for all the time they've put into it. And that's my Mayor's Corner this week. So again, I know you got a mouthful about Yankee Homecoming, but I really think it's so important because it's such a great week. It highlights so many wonderful things that we have here in Newburyport. So get out there, either by yourself, with your family, with friends, enjoy it. And you're going to see me out there because I plan on being at just about every event for Yankee Homecoming, okay? So if you see me, stop me, say hi. Again, enjoy the week, and I'll see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.